Hi everybody, this is Liz with 143 Handmade. Welcome to my semi-organized chaos. It's not a super pretty space, but I get to create very pretty things in it. So this is part of the open collab being hosted by Susan Hiles and Cherie at Turquoise Dreaming. I will have the links to their channels below. So this week's organizational video is about stickers and paper and ephemera. So my stickers are not organized beyond this, okay? I have here on my desk, this is extra scrap from another situation, but I have these boxes, you know, that you get at the Hobby Lobby or whatever, the 12 by 12s, and I have, this is Christmas, you know, and then I have another box that has birthday in it, and, you know, that sort of thing, another one that has nature. And so that's pretty much how my stickers are organized at this point. It's, you know, not perfect, but it works. I really like being able to just dig through a pile of stickers when I'm ready to use stickers, instead of having to, like, you know, pull out of a bunch of different envelopes or whatever. I like to have just like a big bin, but it did need to be reined in a little bit. So, and those boxes have not found a new home in this transition, because I have been crafting my kids' whole life, but I've been crafting, you know, in a corner over here in the living room, or in a corner in my bedroom, or, you know, I'd have stuff stored in my closet. But now that my oldest has moved out, we're shuffling things around, and I've taken over one of the main community rooms of the house, actually, or half of it really, to be a craft nook. And so I'll step back just a little bit. I have this huge roll top desk here. It needs dusted, but this is one of my crafting desks. And as you can see right here, this is some of my paper storage. Those are just Ziploc bags. Obviously they're not closed at the top because you don't want to trap in moisture. But each one of those, like, one has music in it, another has like children's workbooks, maps, you know, things of that nature. So they have different purposes, and I grab them at different points. But inside the desk, actually, hang on, I'll show you. So this is inside the desk. We've got some of my sewing threads and stuff in the back there. This is a drawing tablet that I actually purchased for my son several years ago, but he's decided to let me have it out here at the main computer and let me give it a go and see if I like it or not. So it's been a learning curve. Learning to draw on a tablet, very, very different than drawing on paper, let me tell you. So, but yeah, it's just my computer desk, but I have to keep it and the threads safe from all my cats, because obviously you don't want, you know, the cats on the computer so much, and then the threads are just, you know, dangerous for them on so many levels. So, so that's, you know, it's semi-crafting, but it's not quite the same, because that's where the computer is. And let's see, I have some, let's see, right there is some cardstock for the most part. It's like 4x6, 5x7, you know, roughly that size. And let's see, right over here in these little boxes, and I'll pull those down onto the desk here in just a second and show you closer. That's some of my ephemera storage. And then in this cabinet, I have some more ephemera storage. It's not, like I said, not super pretty, but, you know, that's what I got. That's what works. And then in here, I have even more paper. I have a pretty paper problem. So, and the bottom shelf is even worse. But so that's where I'm at. I'm gonna go ahead and clean off the desk just a little bit, remount the phone so I'm not giving you guys seasickness from waving it all over. And I'll pull out some of those paper storage solutions and show them a little closer. Okay, hi everybody, I'm back. This is the little storage container that was right up there on that little shelf right next to my desk. And as you can see, it's a cereal box. And and I just cut it on an angle with one side higher, one side lower, and glue them together. You know, I had every intention of covering it up and making it pretty, but I just, you know, haven't got there, and then I needed to use it. So this is where, you know, I do the Mass Make Monday videos as well, and this is where all of that stuff goes at first, right when I'm ready to take it off of my desk. But before I've really fully decided what I'm going to do with it. If I'm going to personally use it, if I'm going to sell it, you know, like what I'm going to do with it. So it just, that way it has a place that can grab it right after the video's done, and I can get it off the table, because like my cats, they would love this stuff. They've stolen, I don't know how much stuff. It's crazy, but I love my cats. And so we tolerate it, right? It's crazy what we put up with as pet owners, isn't it? But yeah, that's what this is. And then right next to it, this is another cereal box. Here, let me go ahead and take the paper out just a second. Just tip it up on its side. But yeah, this is just another cereal or cracker box. I'm not sure which. I covered it with paper, painted it a little bit with my metallic paints. Didn't even worry about how pretty it was. Not really. I mean, I kind of did, but and then this is all paper that I just set in here like so. So that way I can flip through it readily. And this is just kind of a selection of all the types of papers I have that are roughly this size. You know, so even if I you know, come across in here and I decide, you know, okay, I want some more of this music paper. Well, now I can go over to my larger storage and get out the rest of this is. This is just a couple of sheets here and there. This is all my strays. You know, this is where my strays go after I've done a project, and you always have that 2 or 3 pieces left that you don't want to, you know, take the time to file back in the proper place. This is my catch-all for that. So it just has all kinds of different paper in here that I pull from to make pages, to make ephemera. This is that hymnal I've used several times in several different videos. It's just, this paper is so old, it crumbles when you touch it, but it's awesome. Okay, and here is my small paper storage. This is the bit where I keep all of these different little bits of paper. There's some cellophane that I've cut up. These are cards out of a game, you know. There's Christmas trivia game cards, as well as just a bunch of small paper. These are those Project Life cards, that kind of stuff. I got a bunch of these super cheap. At one point, these are price tags. I haven't quite figured out what to do with them, but I thought they'd be fun to play with. And sometimes I stick semi-finished projects back in the front edge. Like, see this one, I've added the little stickles, but that's it. That's all I've done to it. So, you know, and here's one I cut out, but I haven't finished. Journaling cards that I feel like need a little bit more embellishment, things like that. And this cardboard, this was, what was this? This was packaging from something. I don't know what. Oh, here's another cool little tip, is those little silica packets that you get in all kinds of packaging. I tend to drop them down in some of my containers that I have in semi-enclosed spaces. I live in a very humid environment. I live in Oklahoma. In the summer, it gets crazy humidity. We get 90+ humidity for days at a time. So I keep those little silica packets actually kind of all over my house. And it's really helped. It's amazing, actually. Obviously, because of the cats, I'm very, very careful about where they are and all that. But yes, I do that. So here's another, just a little like crackers box that I've covered with painted paper. So let me see if I can show you the bottom. Not really. I can't flip it over that good. But so here's just a bunch of pre-made tags. These are things that are ready to just grab and go straight into a journal. These don't have to have anything done to them. They could, you know, obviously you can always embellish more, but you know, don't need to. And then I have different categories over here. These are let's see, yeah, these are the different altered playing cards. So yeah, I think my organization got away from me a little bit, but still you can see how I've got these little compartments. These are little cutoffs, because see, like this is my Samsung S7. That's an old phone. That's not even the phone I use anymore. I have an A12 now, because my S7 died, but this is the box from it. And after it died, and they sent me a box to send it back to the bin, which is a totally different box, I just started using this one. But I started using this box as it was just a temporary catch-all, but actually it works great. These the bookmarks fit in it great, and I have miscellaneous other stuff, you know, facing this other way. And these were some of the cutoffs from the inner box, and they work great as little dividers for in the box. So this was not part of it. This was just like a cereal box or something. So that's my, you know, I didn't actually organize anything, but that's roughly how I have it organized. Behind me in the barristers over there, the glass shelves, that's where I keep the bulk of my book guts, you know, all the guts from paper, from the books that I've taken apart that I'm actually going to use. Honestly, I don't use every single page of every single book I ever got. I have 40 acres of clay. I don't have soil, I have clay. And so if everywhere I want to grow something, I have to use an extreme amount of paper, for the most part. Paper, grass, you know, I need to build up that organic material in the soil heavily. And so paper never goes to waste in my house. All paper that we deem not actively usable for us, we compost. So in one form or another, you know, everything from, I'll just dig a hole and I'll fill up the whole paper with just a little bit of dirt on top, and then I'll plant there like the next year, you know, and it's amazing the difference that makes. So thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. I hope this helps.